And so people look at that and say, well, yeah, I read it in the book. It do say Alexander Campbell started it. But there's a problem with that. If Alexander Campbell started the Church of Christ, why ain't Alexander Campbell in the Bible?
Come on, preacher. Come on.
You can't read about him in the Bible, but he said he started the Church of Christ. I'm here to tell you, a person can get some corn and go in a country where there ain't no corn and grow corn, but that don't mean he started corn. What I'm here to tell you, a lot of us take turnip greens and we go and plant where ain't no turnip greens there, and we have turnip greens, but we didn't start turnip greens. Alexander Campbell might have brought it to America. He might have started teaching it, but he didn't start it. Jesus said, "On this rock I'm going to build my church." So Jesus started the church. He didn't want to say on build it. The Church of Christ had a birthplace. Now the birthday is not for 10 days later. 40 days, he soon left the Sabbath. He went back to heaven. He told them to wait in Jerusalem. Don't depart, stay there. And thank God that Jesus had some disciples who were not hard-headed, who were not impatient to teach, just like Jesus said. I'm going to tell you, staying somewhere 10 days can get a little bored, can get a little impatient. Man, wait a minute, I've been 10 days. So, but he had to stay there 10 days. But notice in Acts chapter 2, and beginning at verse number 1, here it is, 10 days later. All right, go ahead, read.
And when the days of Pentecost
means the 50th day, so he stayed 40 days after he rose from the dead, went back to heaven 10 days later. The Bible said, now when the day of Pentecost had never been a church. Pentecost would never be a church. Pentecost had always been a day. But a lot of times they say, well, this is the Pentecostal church. No. The Bible said, when the day of Pentecost was fully come,
they were all with one accord,
in
one place,
and
suddenly
there came a sound from heaven as a rushing mighty wind, and it filled all the house where they were sitting. Now the church then got started. The reason why I know it got started, look at verse 47, the same chapter, and notice what the Bible said.
Praising God and having
the Bible said, praising God and having favor with all the people.
And the Lord added to the church daily.
He added to the church daily, so you can't add nobody to something if it ain't nothing there. It had to be there because the Lord added to the church. But then that takes away a lot of more things. A lot of times, you need to throw out some stuff. Get rid of some stuff. Eliminate some stuff. Then see what do you have left. If God add people to the church, then we got to throw away joining the church. People don't join, and God add them both. If God has done the adding, then that tells me I don't have to join it. So let's throw away joining the church. I know I used to go to a lot of Baptist church, and a lot of times you have the period, all the children on the morning, bang, when they come off. Then, when they baptize them a month later, whatever, they ask everybody in the church, do y'all accept this person to be a member of the church? They said, I have it. And the person said, well, I want to join the church. But Jesus never promised any of us. I never even told us to join the church. Praising God and having favor with all the people, the Lord added to the church. We know the true church because who do that? God added to the true church. But if I go to a church and people say I'm joining that can't be the true church. We need to understand and really appreciate the value of the true church. I'm going to tell you, if people can put you in something, they can take you out of it. But if God put you in, that tells me only God can take me out. So the God add people to the church, and only God can take us away. I'll take us out of it. Now the Lord add to the church. God does something that to us. You can't do it. I can't do it. Only God can do it. You can't put yourself in the church, and you'll never be able to take yourself out of the church. That's God doing. Notice something, Colossians chapter 1, and notice verse 12, and notice what the Bible says. In the book of Colossians chapter 1, and look at verse number 12.
Giving thanks.
Listen to this. Listen to the Apostle Paul. And Paul was to the Colossians. He said, giving thanks
Unto the Father.
Unto the Father.
Which hath made us meet.
Made us meet.
To be partakers.
To be partakers.
Of the inheritance of the saints.
Of the saints. Being a member of the Church of Christ is an inheritance. It's some God allowed to have the privilege to be. Notice what it said.
Who have delivered us.
He had delivered us. In other words, he had took us from one place and put us somewhere else. Amen. The Bible said he had delivered us from the power of darkness. So you might not really think and realize how blessed you are to be living in a world where you were already in sin and things going to get worse and worse. To have God, when they allow you to obey the truth, then God take you out and put you somewhere else. See, it's very important that we understand that's what God doing. See, all of us was on our way somewhere where we really don't want to be. We was on our way to one day spend eternity in hell. And none of us want to go there. Amen. But that's how all of us, that's the way we were going. But into God, the Bible said he had delivered us from the power of darkness. Notice what it said.
And have translated
In
us.
other words, God translated, took you from one place, put you somewhere else. He translated us
into the kingdom
of
his dear Son.
God put you in the church. Why don't we be happy? Why we don't be caring and loving, act right in the church? God put us in the church. We ought to be the happy people here. All of us ought to strive every day of our life to live the best life I can live. Why? Because God done put me in the church. Might not seem like much today. And I'm quite sure that being in the ark didn't seem worth for nothing until it started raining. It probably didn't seem worth nothing being in the ark, locked up in the ark and everything, but it wasn't didn't seem like it was much. And I'm quite sure everybody on the outside didn't think much about it until it started raining. Might not think much about the church today. You might feel like it's just a name, but it ain't that much important. But I want you to know the church of Christ is on its way somewhere. And we ought to be glad to be. In the book of Revelation, as I bring this to a close, in Revelation chapter 1, listen to the Apostle John. John had been put out on the island of Patmos, and he was there. John did not have no relatives out there with him, but he went by himself. I want you to know God was with him. In Revelation chapter 1, notice verse number 9, and notice what the Bible said.
I, John.
He said, I, John.
Who also am your brother.
I'm your brother.
And
because sometimes we don't know. When you get in the church, see, you take on family members. Amen. Got family members that you have never met, you ain't never seen, but John said, I'm your brother. You know how good it is, you know, we like to have family members that is famous. We like to have family members that you can look up to that accomplish something. I remember my grandchildren, they would ride by and they see a Hampton Inn and they said, Granddad. So we like Hampton. But then sometimes we don't understand the apostle was our brothers. And who is more greater than the apostle was her? And not only the apostle, your brother, Jesus said, if you do the will of my Father, the same as my sister and my brother.
Yeah.
True.
In other words, if Jesus said, you got a brother named Jesus. John said, I'm your companion, your brother. Where he was at?
Pain and tribulation.
He's in tribulation.
And in the kingdom and patience
He
of
said, I'm
Jesus
in the
Christ.
kingdom. No Jew when he can tell me that the kingdom ain't here. John said, I'm in the kingdom. If John said he in the kingdom had to be here. And what made me so excited about the church is, when the last day comes, when everybody done did all they can do, and now it's time for all of us to meet God. You know, a lot of us love the world we live in, and all of us ought to thank God for it. But nobody should be so proud of this world until we, you know, sometimes people have like a peacock that spread his pretty wings and it's, because one day, God gonna set this world on fire. He gonna burn it up. There'll be a time when you're gonna be thankful that you're a member of the church. Is when God set this world on fire.
Yes.
I know that the Lord is going to come back one day and we're going to meet him in the air. But the sad part of it, everybody's not going to meet the Lord in the air.
Amen.
Oh no. Don't think for 1 minute everybody's going to meet the Lord in the air. Oh no. There's going to be more people left here on earth than it is to meet him in the air. And I want you to know a lot of Christians is not going to meet him in that either. Because see, in the church is great. In the church is good. But faithfulness is better. We got to live faithful while we're in the church. There's no sense in getting in the church and acting doing any kind of thing. As I bring this to a close, Brother Lord, in the 1 Corinthians chapter 15, notice verse number 24, and let's read you something like the true church. Thank God for the true church, the one that Jesus built, the one we all will be a member of. And one day, the true church is going back to heaven. Notice the Apostle Paul in 1 Corinthians 15, notice verse number 24, and know what the Bible says.
Then cometh the
The
end,
Bible says, then cometh the end.
when he shall have delivered up the
Everything
kingdom.
has an end. I don't care how good the movie is. It ends. I don't care how the troops and robbers shoot at one another. It ends. The Bible said, then come the end.
When he shall have delivered up the kingdom to God.
When he delivered the kingdom to God,
Even
one
the
day, the church going back to the Father. The church came from heaven. Go back. Ain't it good to be in the church?
Amen.
Because here we are. We're on our way somewhere, but we don't know where we're going. What do you do when you're going somewhere, but you don't know where you're going? What do you do when you try to get somewhere, but you don't know how to go? The simple thing to do is when you're going somewhere and you don't know how to get there, get with somebody. Get in something that is going.
Amen.
I said, brother, if you want to go to California and you've never been there, and you say, well, I don't even know how to stop. I want to go to Los Angeles, but I don't know how to get there. Well, I'm going to tell you, you need to catch you a plane and then you're going to Los Angeles. You want to go to heaven, but ain't nobody ever been to heaven, don't know how to get there. Get with somebody who knows. Jesus left heaven, he came down to this world, he stayed 33 and a half years, boarded the cloud, went on back to heaven. They tell me I need to get with Jesus because Jesus knows the way to heaven.
Amen.
The church is going back to heaven. The Bible says he's going to present the church back to the Father. Stay in the church. But why you choose it, make sure you choose the right church. Get the true church. Because you're going back to heaven. Paul said when the end comes, you're going to deliver the kingdom back to the Father. But you got to be in the true church. If here today you're not a child of God, then God wants you to be. We need to be as faithful to God as we can. And so, brother, don't wait till judgment day or wait till somebody passes away then Say, I wish I had taught them. I wish I could have hoped them. I wish I could have encouraged them. I wish I could have pushed them a little bit to get them to obey God. Do it right now. I mean, if you know somebody's lost, you know somebody who's still in their sin, this is your time now to encourage them. Look, walk out on faith. Do what God said do. Don't worry about how I'm going to be able to live right all my life. Just take one day at a time. Do what God said today. Since you're here, you're not a child of God. God wants you to be. And God had made it simple. He had made it easy. Don't have to ask God to nothing. Just listen to what He says. Amen. The Bible said the first of all the commandments is to hear. Just listen. And once you hear the word of God, believe it. Then it's time to repent. I'm going to change my way of living. I'm going to start doing things better. Then confess, I believe that Jesus Christ is the Son of God. Be buried with Him, wash the sin away. He'll put you in the true church. And learn how to live. Everybody